that he has made man as a unity of male and female. He made the male man first, as we can look in Genesis chapter 2 now. We look in Genesis chapter 2, and we will begin to see where the Most High takes the blueprint off the page, off the paper, and begins to give life form to it. So, look at verse 7 of chapter 2. Let's read that. Read.
And the high Elohim formed the man out of the dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostrils breath of life, and the man became a living being.
You hear that? A higher formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Do you think Adam was confused when the Most High created him? You think he was confused of knowing who he was? No. The brother wasn't confused at all. He knew he was a man. But look what we have today. We have all sorts of naming. I mean, of the creation of the Most High that he called man in the beginning. He made it as man and named it man, but we have other names for it now. We have transgenders. We have gays. We have, on the female side of it, lesbians. And I guess there would be some more names. But we have a plain teaching here that the Most High formed man. So, as we are seeking for the healing of the nation of Israel, we have to understand that even among the Israelite people, we have had this confusion. In fact, we do have the confusion in the nation of Israel, where a lot of our brothers and sisters have been infected with this, how should I say, misunderstanding, this whatever it is has caused them to not know who they are anymore. Whereas the Most High made man, male and female, our people have fallen into a state of confusion, so that the men, instead of having the female as their counterpart, they want to have another man. The female, instead of submitting herself to a male as her head and her counterpart, she wants to have a woman. This is something that we have to deal with. For those of us who have a heart for the Most High, who have a heart for this truth, and who have a heart, a desire and determination to overcome this wicked system and to return back to the homeland. We have to get it right. So the Father is sending healing to us right now. In the understanding of knowing who the Most High is. Remember, I shared with you in some earlier teachings that according to the scriptures, the Most High, in his original state before sin came into the world, the Most High was a component of three. the Father, the Word, and the Spirit. These were the composition of Elohim. And his name was and is Ahaya. Father, Word, and Spirit. One individual being with these three components. That's who the Most High was in his original state. And we showed you that after sin came into the world, the Most High, having set it up from way back in eternity, that he would secure redemption and restoration for mankind, sent his word. The same word that we read about in the Old Testament for our brothers who want to deny that there's a Messiah. And even for those who deny the virgin birth of the Messiah. The same word that you read about in the Old Testament, as we say, in the Torah. The same word that you read about there is the same word that we read about in the New Testament. In John 1:1, that speaks of the Word that was one with the Father in the beginning. Let's look at that. John chapter 1. John chapter 1, verse 1. Read.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim.
Alright. This is the same word that we read about all through the Torah, the Old Testament, and the prophets, where you have the word of Ahaya being sent to Eliah. The word of Ahaya being sent to Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. This word was sent to them by the Father to give them prophecies concerning the nation of Israel, concerning the entire world. This same word of the Father was sent here in the New Testament, and in verse 14 we see what happened to it. Read verse 14 of John 1.
And the Word became flesh, and pitched his tent among us. And we saw his esteem as of an only brought forth of a Father, complete in favor and truth.
The Word was made flesh. The same word that we read of in the Torah. The Father committed the Word to flesh by having his Spirit insert the Word, or connecting the Word, however you wish to represent it to yourself, to the ovum of the Virgin Mary before she had known a man. She was a virgin. Before she and Joseph came together, according to the scriptures as we have it, she was impregnated by the Spirit of the Most High with the word of Ahaya that became flesh, to give himself as a sacrificial lamb, an offering unto the Father Ahaya, to take away the daily sacrifices that Israel had to keep on making. And so, once we understand who the Most High is, and then we understand who man is, then our healing can begin to take place. But now, we see that according to the problems we are having now with all the confusion about who the Most High is. Some people say that there is no, they say in the English way of saying it, there is no God. In the book of Psalms chapter 4,